Hi guys, so this is the Xbox offering, the Microsoft offering at E3 2015. It's pretty cool. There's some amazing stuff. This video is packed with the stuff that they introduced in their presentation. And of course they're going to kick off with one of their absolute headline games, their exclusive game, Halo 5 Guardians. It's been released in autumn 2015, or fall if you're in America, of course. So it's this year, it's not far off. I'm going to let you watch this trailer. There's a fair amount of it. There's a couple of minutes here. So I just wanted to make sure you got a very good idea of this game. It shows you some multiplayer, some of the solo play. So just sit back, relax and enjoy this.
Light it up. You got it. Great captains on deck. Take them down.
I am the Warden Eternal, keeper of the domain and her secrets.
Take them out.
The Master Chief is called, but your passage is denied.
We need to get airborne. We are airborne at Forerunner face-off. Let's go, Spartans! Put them down once and for all. Spartans are here. We got this. Keep it locked down, Spartans.
So there you go guys, it looks pretty special, doesn't it? Halo 5 Guardians looks awesome. I would love to play that game. I don't have an Xbox, but I wish I did now. Okay, so next up is this game called Rico. It's another exclusive. It's a bit of an unusual take on the game. It reminded me a little bit of Wally for some reason. But it opens with this girl, and she's running alongside with a dog with like a blue sphere in its waist. But something strange happens. They discover this robot on the ground. He's dead, no life, and then they get attacked by these horrible red, spidery, creepy things. And yeah, just watch this little section. I'll come back in a second. Oh, and I tell you what, I thought that was really sad. The dog sacrificed itself and died, but what she's able to do is take that blue sphere. These red and blue spheres seem to be significant, and she was able to put it inside of that robot, that large robot that they found. I guess this is why it's called Recore. You're able to replace the core from your existing creature into another one and play on the game that way. Next up, wow, this is pretty big for Xbox One, guys. Backward compatibility. So it's basically the ability to play old Xbox 360 games, and here you see him playing Mass Effect from the 360 on the Xbox. There's 360 titles digitally, and discs. Sorry, 360 titles digitally, and discs work too. So if you own the game, you already own the game, you can get it on your Xbox One, and you can play with friends on their Xbox 360 consoles too. Now this look at this. It's the Elite controller. It's a brand new controller that Microsoft are bringing out for the Xbox. Of course, it's going to be a bit more expensive than your average one, but look what they've done with it. Okay, so they've added, these are scuff style control paddles on the underside of the controller itself. They're increasing the sensitivity. Well, they're able to give you a different sensitivity on the controller itself. Also, they're changing the D-pad to a much more sensitive directional control. The components can swap, which is basically like Control Freaks by Microsoft. No doubt slightly more expensive. You can remap, you can reprogram, as this video is showing you. Basically, these guys are taking on SCUF controllers and Control Freaks in one hit, but it will be supported by Microsoft. So it's a nice little trick. Obviously, they're just trying to corner the market in terms of their controllers. Nice idea. Let's see if it works out. I've a feeling it's going to be too expensive for most players, though. Next up is this EA Access. Now, it's a $5 a month, so however that works out in pounds, maybe £2.50, £3 a month. Early access to brand new games, brand new releases, and you can play any of the old EA games anytime. Now, next up they had Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. If you guys enjoyed Garden Warfare the first time round, well, you get a second version of the game. It wasn't one of my sort of favourite games, but I know a lot of people really enjoyed it. And there's a little trailer. There's not much game. There was zero gameplay though, and that's out on September the 15th. So, oh no, this is out on September the 15th. This is Forza Motorsport 6. I love the driving games, and Forza is one of the best of all time. The most detailed, the most fun to use, fun to play. And here we go, we've got the 6th installment in this series. This franchise has gone from strength to strength, and as you can see, they've got multiple destinations. They're playing in 60 frames per second. 60 FPS is going to be pretty much normal as these next-gen consoles take over. 24 car multiplayer, awesome, looks great. Now we had a little entry from Dark Souls 3. It's going to be released early next year. It's the Dark Souls series. Bloodborne's, I guess, the most recent one, and these games are epic in their difficulty as much as their cinematic style. Look at this, it's just a stunning visual. Whatever this thing is, it's huge, and it's gonna kill you with probably one hit, but by then hopefully you've leveled up enough to be able to defeat it, or you have some technique for doing so. But it just looked amazing. Then we had a little clip from Tom Clancy's The Division. It's it's an exclusive beta that the Xbox have got in December. So yeah, the game's out on all consoles, but yes, you'll get your first chance to get your hands on it on the Xbox in December. Looks pretty nice, pretty tasty. It's another first-person shooter, though. Is the world getting tired of first-person shooters? I don't know. So here's another one, Rainbow Six Siege. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty nice. And one thing they said was that when you buy this game, you'll instantly get the backwards compatible Rainbow another Rainbow Six game, 2 Rainbow Six games, all for free. So you get that pre-ordered. It's all yours.
Locking it down. I see him. Yep, 2 barricades on the left. Ready?
In fact, they did a demo of this game where they took 2 teams and had them playing on stage, and the coordination you have to use in this kind of game is epic. I mean, you really do have to know what you're doing. It looked like it's an absolute out-and-out team game. Okay, next up we had an absolute swathe of indie game titles. There are just too many for me to showcase here, so I picked out one that really kind of intrigued me. It's called Cuphead. It was so retro. It's sort of made based around the cartoons you used to get in the 1930s and 40s, and the style of gameplay. Some of these I think you might recognise if you remember some of those old cartoons. But the game just looked so unusual, so different. And it was really, really clever, so I really wanted to show you this particular game. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I was really, really impressed. It looks like some of the old Mickey Mouse style games, so yeah, looking forward to seeing that one again. Okay, the next up they showed, I'm still a little puzzled as to what the hell this was about, but it's a game called Ion, and it seems to me to be Microsoft's answer to PlayStation's No Man's Sky. So I don't know much about it, other than it looked like it was set in space, looked like you were meant to feel very isolated, and there's a massive, massive universe. So I'm sure this was the first showing of this, so let's wait to see what more is in store for this game. I'm very interested to know exactly what it's all about. All we had was coming soon. Who knows what that means? Okay, next up we had, of course, something we've all heard about. That's an exclusive to Xbox, I believe, at first. I'm not sure if they'll keep it forever. Is Rise of the Tomb Raider. I absolutely loved the reboot of Tomb Raider the first time around. I think Rhianna Pratchett was one of the game designers for it. And full credit to them. They did an absolutely epic job. And there's a fairly long trailer of the gameplay, so make sure you go and watch the full-length video. As I said in the other ones, I'll put the link to the full-length trailers, full-length presentation, down below in the description. So I thoroughly recommend you watch more than I am showing you. There is so much more than I'm showing you. I just can't show it you all in one video. You'd be here. I might as well record the whole thing. But it looks, again, same sort of graphic engine as before, slightly revamped because of the new hardware, but it looks simply stunning, simply beautiful, and the gameplay looks great. It's sort of the rival to Sony's Uncharted series, and I think this will be going toe to toe equally with Uncharted 4, which is also looking epic. Okay, next up they had this game called Sea of Thieves. Don't know a hell of a lot about it. It's another exclusive to Xbox. A bit unusual. Looks slightly open world, based around some sort of pirate desert island thing. I don't know. There wasn't really much explained about it, but it looked like it was a little bit of fun. Very cartoony style graphics. Didn't intrigue me too much, but I wanted to make sure you saw it here. It looks like it could be a bit of fun. Yeah, so it's all based on pirate ships. Like, who knows? More to come on that game, I'm sure. This trailer didn't seem to do it much justice.
Games like Fable Legends.
Next up we had a little treat from Fable Legends. Now this game is going to be available on both the Xbox One and Windows 10. Now they've done a lot about integrating Windows 10 into the Xbox in this game. In this presentation. But this is where it starts getting cool. The Oculus Rift works with the Xbox One using Windows 10 streaming. So I believe, I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong guys, but I think you need to have a Windows 10 PC to be able to use it for your Xbox. This though, Microsoft HoloLens, it was announced earlier this year, but look what they can do with Minecraft. It's just stunning. Okay, so this is the guy using the lens, and they've got a camera there to show you. They've rigged it up to his HoloLens to show you exactly what you can see. Now, the difference between the Oculus Rift and the HoloLens is, of course, the Oculus Rift is it's a screen in front of your eyes and you can't see through anything. The HoloLens is transparent. And look what he does. This was the big wow moment for me. Just stunning. You're seeing what he's seeing through this camera's eyes. It's just amazing. So Minecraft on your front room table, on your kitchen table, on your floor. You can manipulate using hand gestures. You can play with other people. You could be the guy like the Overlord watching over the world, zooming in, zooming out, playing as you normally would, but you can also view all the other players on the little map down there. There's actually another player playing with him. You might be able to hear her voice. And he directs her in a minute to a particular location, but look what he can do. He can lift the whole world up and have a look and see what's underneath. So you can. It's the beauty of the HoloLens is you can zoom in and out. You can check all around the map. You can you have to scan. I don't know how easy that's going to be. You can't see in the distance. Something I noticed. I don't know how translatable that is to the main game. But most of the time you spend all your time building in one location, I suppose. Yeah, there you go. So he directed her to a particular spot, showing her where this place was downstairs. She laid some TNT boxes, and he blew them up for her. I was absolutely stunned. The whole audience went crazy at this. It looked incredible. It's just something I was not expecting. So the HoloLens, for me, absolutely rips apart the Oculus Rift in terms of its technical genius. Okay, and they finished up with Gears of War Ultimate Edition. It's another exclusive, I believe, to Xbox One, and there's a little bit of footage here showing you some of the gameplay. It's a third-person shooter, and Gears is quite a well-known game, and we've got the next installment coming out for the Xbox One. I think it might show you in a second, because I can't remember off the top of my head when it's coming out. But let's watch a little bit of this. Shows you some of the actual gameplay, which is quite nice, rather than just the cutscenes. And yeah, there we go. So you've got an idea of it's the cover-based shooting, as we're kind of used to with this series. Which I think, yeah, he got away lightly there. There you go. So that was Microsoft's offering this year. Pretty impressive. I have to say the biggest moment for me was what they were doing with Minecraft apps with the HoloLens. Just stunning. And of course Halo 5 I know is going to be massive for them. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back soon with more from E3. Take care guys, I'll see you soon, and good night.